just lift up our hands to him today, giving him everything that we are.
My name is Irene Ojambo. I'm a counselor and I work with the Ruth Nkoyo Wellness Center. We are going to look at the subject of online harassment. And online harassment has been defined by different people, and I'll just talk about it as repeated and intentional use of digital technology to target another person with the threats, with the harassment or public humiliation. It's done through many different ways. For example, some people can send videos that are not really good about someone. Some people can send information. Some people can access inside information and send it to social media with the intentions of having someone humiliated and perhaps abused online. And these videos or these messages reach quite a number of people, and unfortunately they give the victim very little time to respond or to defend themselves. It is something that just comes, someone finds themselves in this trouble and they cannot defend, they do not know what to do, and therefore it has enormous effects to the person who is concerned. And effects are holistic. They can affect your social life, your spiritual life, your mental life. They can affect even your emotional life, your academic life. There are so many effects. I want to look briefly at the effects. Psychologically, it causes psychological or emotional or development of negative emotions. Someone can develop depression, they can develop anxiety, they can develop low self-esteem because of the way it comes. For example, when you talk of depression, they are talking about you don't know how to defend yourself, you get lower and sad all the time because all the information that you're getting that is coming out about you is indeed bad. Then people develop anxiety. Why? They do not know what is coming next. If last time he talked about my eyes, another time he talks about my legs, sometimes things which are really very, very private. So they are very anxious about what is coming up next. They get so anxious about the future. Some people, for example, the ladies or the singles will say, will I even get married? This is what people know about me. Will I survive in school? This is what the administration knows about me. Will I survive at my job? There are many challenges like that cause anxiety. Someone is not certain about what is going to happen in the future. And of course, this is going to help someone's esteem, someone's efficacy, someone's self-confidence. Why? Because if I've been standing in public and talking about certain things, unless someone humiliates me, someone degrades me to that much, it is indeed very challenging. So it affects self-esteem. People start feeling worthless. They start believing the lie that someone is saying. And unfortunately, most of the things that they bring in are lies, but with the intentions of you feeling really low or down or frustrated. Some people feel lonely and they act lonely. They isolate. Why? Because there's that belief that everybody has seen the video. Everybody knows about me. Like you are moving perhaps in a taxi and someone is looking at you. So that is the Irene they talked about. It's so bad. And so people choose to be alone. And because they are alone, in many cases, they develop suicidal thoughts. They start thinking of ending their lives because they cannot cope with the challenges that have been caused by this cyber or this online harassment. People get disturbed sleep. Every time they go to sleep, their mind reminds them that this is what people know about you. They fail to sleep. They go through the night thinking, crying, feeling sorry, feeling embarrassed. And then for example, for students, like we'll talk about students, this will definitely cause a drop in their grades. Why? Because they are not even able to concentrate in class. They can't read. They can't associate with others. they find it challenging to join discussion groups or to do other activities that are supposed to uplift their grades, and so the grades are likely to go down, and others will even skip school, and others may develop or lose interest in activities that they used to like. For example, if this is done to a major footballer, and then all people know you, he is Mr. X is a very good footballer, and then someone brings out a video when they have used maybe your head, put it on someone else who is in a wrong place, or who is not dressed up, or who is skimpily dressed up, then it makes it very, very difficult for you to concentrate. And another effect is some people develop behaviors that may not be helpful. For example, substance use or substance abuse, which can even grow into substance use disorders. So people will develop maybe taking drugs because they just want to feel good for that one time, as during that season when all that people know about them is what is happening, or what the information that is going out on internet. So these suicidal thoughts, ideations, and attempts are very dangerous, and if they are not supported, if someone is not supported, they can even end their life because of what is happening. And indeed, apart from what I have said, there are also spiritual effects. Someone will wonder, where was God when all this is happening? Should I pray anyway? Should I pray again? Should I continue to believe? Should I go to church? Because as a result of this, you find people already judging you. X, why have you done this? Why would you do this? So the messages that come in become so dangerous, and you find that someone is not able to be the person that they actually want to be. So there is a lot that as youths, as students, that can be done to avoid this, or to prevent cyber, or to prevent online harassment. Now, I want to suggest a few. Number one, manage information shared on media. As youths, many times every small achievement we want to share it on very many media lines, and that one causes challenges because someone who is harassing you online is going to access this information and use it. Sharing too many pictures all the time can be dangerous. Learn how various social media networks and apps work before you enroll for them. Don't just go, people are using this, you also use it. Please, it's important that we learn how something or how an app works before we use. Some of these apps, you are the first person to see it, and then it is an app of abusers, and you are getting enrolled, and so it gets challenging. Another thing is to manage your passwords. Manage yourself online properly. Sharing passwords. There have been cases of people sharing passwords. Then someone uses your email to write, and this has caused people to lose jobs, to lose credibility. Maybe people have stolen from others. So manage yourself online well. Manage the passwords. Close your computer. It is very beautiful for you to have a computer where your password is remembered. Remember password. So when an abuser gets to your email or to your network, they will just log in your name, and when they log in your name, the password will come, and they use your information the way they like. Don't respond to invitations. There are many invitations that come. Some of them will say, congratulations, you have won. Now put here your password, and then when you put your password, you're going to be harassed, or even and apart from harassing, people even steal, and this is how they are stealing the mobile money and all that. So someone can be able to access something that is with you. There are people who come with funny businesses. In this business, I use your face, I use your picture, I use your maybe your photos, I use them, and now you send your photo, and You think they are going to use it well, they will cut your head and put it on the head of someone who is doing something funny, and so you are going to get this harassment. Avoid responding to links and sharing your info when you are not sure. There are so many links: get free GBs, get free information, and at the end of the day, you're going to put a password, or at the end of the day, you're going to share information that people will use to abuse you. And indeed, you will find that this information is true. For example, you will share information, you're a student of UCU, and then someone is going to use it. Now, it becomes very challenging to you, to your family, to another family where you belong. For example, as a student of UCU, you belong to the UCU family, the students, the council, the fellowships, it becomes so challenging. There are adverts that you may not understand. Get rich quick. This is a job where you get $200 at home a day. Then you subscribe. So these people sometimes pose as sponsors. We are sponsoring this, and yet this is an area you need. You start writing to them, and many times they will demand for a video call. And instead, as you speak to them, they are recording and they are manipulating you. So it's very important that we do as much as we can to make sure that we prevent or avoid it. So someone would ask, what about me who is already going through it? What do I do? Yeah, it is a challenge. You're already going through it. So it is important that we learn, how am I going to go through it? Number one, please tell someone. Many of these people threaten. Should you tell people? Should you talk about it? Should you make your parents know it is a lie? Let someone know what you are going through, and that person is going to help you to follow up. After telling someone, these messages will come, they are so provoking. They are so much, they arouse a lot of anger and terrible feelings. As much as possible, ignore the messages. Do not revenge. Do not write back in anger. If you must follow up, if you must respond, let the response be assertive. Let the response be calm. Respond calmly. But as much as possible, if we ignore them for some time, you'll find. Don't bargain. They will start saying, bring money. Don't bargain with them. Don't send them money. At the end of the day, they will pull off or they will pull out. Report the bully to the social media administrator. For example, if the bully is on Facebook, write to Facebook, write WhatsApp, whatever media house it is that the bully is originating from. It's important that you report. Because it would be very good to block, but sometimes you do not have the right to block right away. You may block off yourself, but they continue sending. So if you talk to the house administrator, then the social media platform administrator, then this administrator can be able to block this person and then end this up. It's not important for you to forward messages. Now they are sending messages, you're forwarding them. Just to know that the messages you're forwarding are going to make you lower and lower. Why? Because they will also be forwarded to other people. So as much as possible, avoid forwarding the messages. However, it's important that you document. When you look at them, you could take screenshots, not for forwarding, but for saving, such that if by chance the law sets in, you are able to give the evidence. This is the message. But sometimes, because we are angry, as a message comes in, you delete it, forgetting that you are only deleting it from your phone and it's still there on other people's phones. So we could take screenshots, so we could take pictures of these messages and save them, such that they can be able to provide evidence for us when we get support from outside. And another challenge, another thing that automatically happens is the desire for you to review the messages. Yes, we are keeping them for evidence, not to review them all the time. You know, when someone is abusing, it's very, very, very easy, humanly speaking, for you to want to hear properly. Someone says you're stupid, you say, what have you said? Repeat it, But when someone's saying important information, you can easily do. So it is important that we avoid this temptation to go back to the messages, look at how they set the videos. It is going to make you emotionally more challenged. Seek adult support. As I've said before, talk to someone. If you are a student, talk to your parents. Everyone has a parent. It doesn't have to be biological, but everyone has a guardian, someone, a mentor, a person you trust, an adult. At school, talk to the security officer. Talk to the university or school counselor, talk to the teachers, talk to the administrators. Let people know what you are going out, what you're going through. So adult support is going to help you so much. As I've said before, do not look out for revenge. It doesn't make any help. Inform your online friends about what is going on. If it's in Facebook, the people who are your friends on Facebook should know that there is harassment that is going on, because those people will stop. Because what some people do is to start harassing you, and then they invite your friends to be their friends so that they can send to them the videos, they can send to them the pictures, perhaps some are audios in your own voice. And when all this is going on, let the people who are significant to you on that platform know that there's something that is going on, because they are going to help you, they are going to fight for you, they are going to defend. But also, it will help you not to lose credibility. Just imagine someone is sending a picture of you when you're not dressed. And so then that picture goes out, someone will say, what is happening to Madam X or Mr. X? But when these people are already informed, it is going to keep your credibility, and they are going to support you out of this. Then I would also advise that seek support. Seek support from a psychologist or a counselor who will help you to gain coping skills. Seek support from your pastor or your spiritual leader. Seek support from your family. Seek support from your friends. Seek support from your village leader, or from the law, from your lawyer, or from government offices like the LOC, such that people can support you to make sure that, first of all, you yourself, you're upheld, your emotions are upheld, but also to get a way of supporting you to end the harassment in that particular point. I know that this makes some feel so bad, but I want to encourage that don't be so much disabled. Go ahead and seek support. How about if someone comes to me for support? For example, as a counselor, it's important for you to provide information. Tell someone about it, because sometimes before you know about something, it's already happening to you. Before you know that there is online harassment, it's already happening to you. So look for a counselor, look for a psychologist, or any other significant other. This person is going to give you information. Counselors also help give you coping skills about what is happening. They will also refer you in case you now need to see a lawyer, but you are not in your clear mind to know what help you actually need. A counselor will help you. A counselor can also help share with you hotlines where you can call and get support. So also encourage support system with this person. Is this person comes for help? Encourage them, among other things, encourage them to have a strong support system. Let there be friends who can call them. There be friends, family members who can support them. Maybe church support, maybe support from your spiritual family, support from your village support group. So this support can be helped. I mean, the counselor will help you to be able to see things differently, to be able to reactivate your brain such that you can be able to know the right thing to do. As someone comes to you, it's important that you respond with the empathy, being non-judgmental. Because this person has already been judged. Yes, this person might have made a mistake, and it's because of that mistake that they are going through this. Maybe they responded to a link. Maybe they were not careful at one point. But judging them at this time is not the best thing. Help this person feel accepted, feel supported, feel helped without judging them, but also help them to realize that there was something that went wrong, and then help them to draw lessons from what happened. Sharing hotlines, for example, someone might need support of a psychiatrist, someone might need support of a priest or a prayer partner. There are some networks that that are important to be shared by this person. Also dealing with emotions which are active the way they are. For example, because of this, there might be psychological emotions that developed. For example, depression. It's important to deal with depression before it progresses into a psychosis or a more dangerous, before someone breaks down. You can help deal with that depression. In case someone is traumatized by even the pictures that came through, then it's important for this person to be helped to deal with the trauma early enough, such that he doesn't develop related disorders. For example, the post-traumatic stress disorder, which can easily develop when someone doesn't get immediate response. Counselors will be able to desensitize this person, help the brain to unlearn what has come in, such that this person is able to move on with life. Whatever help, like psychological help, is going to depend on what emotions are showing. If someone is very anxious, they will get different phobias. They fear going to school, they fear going back home, they fear being in public because of what they think everyone knows. Actually, this fear can intensify into a disorder, anxiety disorders, for example, panic disorders. They start panicking every time they're in public. They can also develop social phobia. Every time they're in public, they just imagine all these people saw minute pictures, and yet it was lies. So this desensitization is going to help you to refute the lies that your brain has believed, because when someone over talks about you, you end up believing the lie. So this desensitization is going to be very, very helpful. It's also important to help this person deal with the behavior changes, or the behaviors that develop as a result of the teasing, or as a result of the harassment. For example, suicidal tendencies. Someone thinks they cannot live again, they are not worth living again, they are not good enough, they are not acceptable, they can't be members of the family, so they want to end their life. So it's going to be important, very important, that we deal with that behavior. Other common behaviors include substance use disorders. Someone starting to depend on drugs. So if this person is depending on drugs, they are going to be helped to know that it is not the best way of coping. They'll be able to cope positively, think positively again, renew their minds again. And also, if this person needs referral for rehabilitation, then referral can be done. Because someone can start drinking just because of this challenge, and the drinking continues and continues. So it's important that someone is referred for support. Some behaviors like isolation, social isolation, they can be dealt with by encouraging someone to have a very, very good social support. Encourage the friends, encourage the relatives, encourage the family, such that people can be with them. Dealing with the spiritual challenges, praying with them, helping them to read the word of God, and understanding that, well, the lie happened, but it was a lie. It was a lie. Helping them through dealing with the anger, and then the forgiveness that is very necessary at that time is very, very key. So I want to conclude by saying that online harassment is a behavior that is on the increase, and it is on the increase, and many people are facing it. Right now, with online studies, people are really exposed, and you find that it's even happening among adults, young children, and many other people. I just want to encourage us to be very careful, follow the guidelines, do not expose ourselves to the challenges.
We just lift up our hands to Him today.